Hey you guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting. Coming to you today with the next lesson in the Introduction to Sales and Communications course, which is all about language patterns. So this is the final one on the three core elements to communication when we're talking about communicating, our intention, our meaning. So language patterns are all about the way in which we structure the language that we use, what words we choose to use to describe the environment or to communicate the meaning behind the meaning of what we are trying to say. So it's very important to understand how the structure of a sentence can alter and shape the meaning of the sentence that is given. So, for example, when we are talking or constructing our language patterns for our customers, we think about this in sales as, the features, like the features and benefits of the product or service. Like, how do we explain it? If we did marketing services, and let's say we do social media marketing services, do we say we do social media marketing services? Or do we say we are experts in, social media management, social media marketing? We do this, and this. Like how are we going to convey the meaning of what we do to the buyer? Okay, the meaning of the product or service, the meaning of the features of the benefits, the meaning of why, the desires behind why they want to take action, and all of this. So our language patterns are very, very important because our language patterns are the basically they're a representation of our internal thoughts and emotional states, but it's also our internal intention, our direction, what our internal intent is. So the way in which we structure our conversation and our communication will display or broadcast to those who are aware or listening the intention behind it. So should I choose to talk about only the negatives of, talking about like, you know, you will take the same example that we are a social media marketing business for small businesses. If I talk with the intent with about all the negative aspects, these people are going to rip you off this, that, and the other, and social media companies aren't going to promote your product, services, or content, blah blah blah. You've got to do paid ads and all of this, and I put all my communication around that aspect of social media marketing. The intention is quite clear that I want you to buy a product. I want you to buy the service. That I'm just focusing on that. Whereas if in my communication, my focus is on you, the consumer, on their business, on where they're at, on, different things. So we just got to understand, if we choose to focus in on negative language, okay, people are more likely to react and take action to negative language, but our intention is also very, 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 very obvious of our intention is just to get the sale. Our intention is to get a new customer. Our intention is to make money. Because rather than focus on building that customer up, we're focused on trying to create as much stress and anxiety to force them into making a decision. So an important thing is to be very conscious about the way in which we communicate and what we're actually trying to communicate to them. Because through communication, we're communicating an experience. The conversation is an experience. Do we want that conversation to be a highly stressful, negative experience in terms of, we're only focusing on all these negative things and stress, and we're trying to create anxiety and all of this? Or do we want it to be a very, very calm, soothing, and enjoyable experience? So, you know, There is no right or wrong answer, and there is no right or wrong question. Like the thing is how do you want to communicate with your potential buyers? Do you want to communicate in an environment that is calm, or do you want to communicate in an environment that is highly chaotic and stressed? So the difference is in calm, they're not, the buyer is not as likely, okay, to make impulse decisions and rash decisions. When we're in an environment of chaos and stress, well, the buyer isn't really thinking about long term. They're thinking about immediate future, like immediate gains, immediate problem solve. They're not thinking about down the track. So that's the difference is when we use language that is positive in the context of when we focus on selling through the positive aspect, we are forward thinking and focused on building the future. In terms of when we're talking about the product, we're talking about the product over years of duration, over a lifetime of use. When we are focused in only on trying to solve immediate problems and talk and use language that is negative, we're highly focused on immediate. So we're not using language about this could happen to you in 10 years, and that's why you got to take action today. No, this will happen to you tomorrow. Do you sort of see? We are shifting all of our attention to if you don't take action at this moment, okay, like negative things are going to happen. When we're thinking about or communicating in the positive, we're thinking about in 5 years, this could triple, this could double, this could whatever it is, like exponential growth. Like we're trying to build them and get them excited for the future. Whereas when we communicate and use language patterns and choose negative language, we are focused on now, action, immediacy. So that's an important thing to understand is that the intention behind the language, because while our language patterns and language can influence people, if we want to influence people to take actions immediately without thinking and all of that, we have to use highly negative and highly influential language in terms of using language to focus in on not trends, but on common concerns. So you see this in the news all the time where they're focusing in on, oh, youth crime and people are getting their houses broken into and they've got security systems and this and that. Like they're utilizing these common understandings so that you're able to experience it, to understand it. All right. Well, that's going to end this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.